Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Moelis, the golf chiropractor from Orange County, California. In our last video, we went over the 5 components of the golf swing. Today what I'd like to step back a little bit and teach how to do a proper warm-up before playing golf. If you have any health issues, I recommend that you do see your doctor. Golf is often viewed as a technical skill, not an athletic event. But we got to realize, golfers, that when you drive the golf ball, you use 90% of peak muscle activity. When you're driving that ball, you're driving about 90% of your muscle power. That equates out to lifting a weight that you can do 4 times till fatigue. Golfers, you do this 40 times per game. This level of exertion puts golf on the same level as football, wrestling, and martial arts training. About 30% of professional golfers play injured, and about 50% of the amateurs are playing golf with back or neck pain. This is equal to driving a fast car for a long distance with the front end misaligned. You're going to prematurely wear parts out, and it just isn't a good idea. I recommend that you find yourself a good chiropractor that is familiar with the golf swing. He or she will keep you on the golf course for many years to come. If you play golf and other sports, you're about 40% more likely to get an injury than if you only played golf alone. Okay, enough with the gloom and doom. Let's get started with the warm-up. I'm not an advocate of stretching before playing golf. To properly stretch muscles, you need to put the muscle to sleep. And when you're walking up to address a golf ball, trying to hit it 250 yards, it's not a good idea to put muscles to sleep. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how to warm up the joints of the body. This is going to decrease the friction, and it's going to help warm up the connective tissue that holds the joints together. And these exercises are also great to do in the morning when you wake up. I'm going to recommend that you do 10 to 15 repetitions per exercise, but today on the video I'm only going to do a few repetitions so we can speed this thing along. First thing we're going to do, we're going to start out with the neck, and what we're going to have you do here is just flex up and down with the head. Some days you'll be able to go further than others, so we're going to go up and down. Second exercise is going to be rotation, side to side. Third is going to be lateral rotation. One thing not to do with your neck. We do not want you rolling your neck around in a circle. That will hurt you. Now we're going to move on to the muscles that connect the torso to the head and neck. What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of rotate up, shrug. We'll call it a shrug. You can shrug back, you can shrug forward. All works real well. All you want to do is work into the shoulders. We're going to do some forward shoulder circles, and then we're going to go backward. And then we're going to do the bird, flying. And then we're going to rotate into what we call the bushwhacker. Come right on here. These are all really good for warming up the shoulders. I do see a lot of shoulder injuries in my clinic. And shoulder injuries keep you off the golf course. And we're going to kind of rotate into this here. We call it the wave. This is really good for the back of the shoulder. Rotator cuff muscles. Next thing we're going to do is move down into the elbows. Straight out, and I like to get in and rotate around a little bit. If you've ever had golfer's elbow, you'll know that's not a real fun thing. Now we're going to go into the hands. And then I like to end shaking everything out. Real good warm-up for the hands and the arms. Now we're going to do is get into the middle back here. We're just going to cross back and forth. Real important muscle group here when you're addressing the golf ball. This area is not loose, you're not going to get in proper position. Okay, next one we're going to do is some lateral bends. A few of these. Now we're going to go down into the lower back, stomach region. We're going to bend our knees a little bit. And all we do is kind of just bend down, and we arch back. Down and back. Don't go back too far in the low back because it'll pinch the nerves in your low back. Okay, next thing we're going to do is get to the hips. Hips, very important area. What we're going to do is just kind of sway back and forth. Lateral sway. And then we're going to transition into, call it the hula hoop. We'll do this one clockwise, and then we're going to come back counterclockwise. Okay, now we're going down to the knees. Put the feet together real close for the knees. And on this, we're just going to bend forward. Keep the knees behind the toes. Small motions down to the knees. You just want to warm up the joints. And then we're going to go clockwise. And then we're going to come back counterclockwise. Next thing we're going to do now, we're going down to the ankle and the foot. So what we're going to do is just get up on the toe. We're going to roll it back and forth, and we do both sides. This is real good for warming up the ankle. And then lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to get in here, go up and down on the toes. Do your 15 there. And then the last move that I like to do before I hit the course, it was a move that I learned from a golfer back from the 1970s named Bob Mann. He had a golf video out back then called Automatic Golf, and he taught what was called the golf motor move. And for this one, you will need a golf club. And when I recommend starting out with about 30 seconds on this exercise. I might turn my front foot out a little bit more than I normally would when I'm golfing, just to help me get a turn on here. And what we do is we get in regular here with the left arm if you're a right-handed golfer, and this is what it looks like right here. Good warm-up. About 30 seconds. When I was playing golf regular, I was doing this about 3 minutes before I would play. Kind of warms really everything up quite well. Okay, one last thing, golfers. Got to realize now the average club head speed for an amateur is about 95 miles per hour. That equates out to a Major League Baseball pitcher's fastball. Things are moving fast. It's important that golfers treat golf as an athletic event. So it's important to warm up like an athlete. A lot of you guys have spent your whole life working. You want to retire, you want to play golf 3, 4, 5 times a week. Do the exercises, see your chiropractor, and he'll keep you on the course. Thanks for viewing this video. Till next time.